Nobody talks about the guy who owns 3 laundromats. They talk about the startup founder, the crypto trader, the person who built an app and sold it for millions. Those are the stories that get shared, but quietly, in strip malls and parking lots and storage facilities across this country. Ordinary people collect consistent income every month from businesses so boring that most people never consider them. Here's what nobody tells you. Boring businesses almost always outlast the exciting ones. While everyone chased the next big thing, boring businesses kept running. Machines spinning, units renting, cash depositing, month after month, without a single viral moment, without anyone paying attention. Today, 10 of them. Not glamorous, not exciting, but exactly the kind of businesses that quietly build real wealth while everyone else waits for their moment. Stay until the end. The last business is the most overlooked and arguably the most defensible of all 10. Every business on this list succeeds for the same reason. They solve a problem that never goes away, not a trend, a permanent recurring need that keeps generating income regardless of what the economy is doing. That's the pattern. Keep it in mind as we go. Number 1. Laundromat. America has over 44 million renter households. Most don't have in-unit washers and dryers. That's structural, not temporary. It creates a customer base that shows up every week regardless of economic conditions. A well-run laundromat can generate $30,000 to $100,000 in annual profit depending on location and size. Buying an existing operation typically costs $200,000 to $500,000. New builds run higher. The biggest advantage is behavioral. Nobody cancels their need for clean clothes. No app can replace a washing machine. Demand is about as consistent as any business gets. The biggest risk is equipment. Machines break, and maintenance costs cut into margins faster than most first-time owners expect. Location determines nearly everything. A laundromat near dense apartment buildings operates in a completely different universe than one in the wrong zip code. The laundromat model hasn't meaningfully changed in 70 years. In an era where entire industries get disrupted overnight, that kind of durability deserves attention. The next business runs on something even more powerful than necessity, a documented quirk of human psychology. Number 2. Self-storage. There are more self-storage facilities in the U.S. than Starbucks and McDonald's combined. The industry generates an estimated $39 billion or more annually and has grown every decade since the 1970s. People consistently accumulate more than they have space for, and letting go is genuinely difficult. Storage units become the path of least resistance. Rent the unit, fill it, keep paying, rather than confront what's inside. A small facility can generate $50,000 to $100,000 annually. Larger facilities in strong markets earn considerably more. Tenant retention tends to be unusually high. Once someone fills a unit, the friction of moving everything out keeps them paying for months, sometimes years. The biggest risk is market saturation. Some regions are genuinely overbuilt. Local vacancy rates need careful research before committing capital. Self-storage doesn't just profit from people having too much stuff. It profits from people being psychologically unable to let go of it. Few business models are this quietly aligned with human behavior, from what people keep to what people need access to every single day. Number 3. ATM Business. Every time someone uses an ATM they don't own, they pay a surcharge, typically $2.50 to $4. That fee goes to the machine's owner. Every transaction, around the clock. A single ATM in a high-traffic location can generate roughly $300 to $600 per month in net surcharge income, though results vary significantly by placement. Machines cost $2,000 to $8,000. A fleet of 5 to 10 well-placed machines can build meaningful passive income without requiring employees. The biggest advantage is environmental demand. A machine near the entrance of a cash-heavy nightclub doesn't need marketing. The setting creates the need automatically. The biggest risk is poor placement. A machine in a low traffic spot generates almost nothing and ties up capital indefinitely. ATMs monetize urgency. Nobody goes looking for one when they have time to plan. They need cash right now. That urgency is worth $2.50 to $4 every single time. The next business scales the same idea. More locations, lower cost per unit, same passive structure. Number 4, vending machines. The U.S. vending machine industry generates an estimated $8 billion or more annually, and it's evolved well beyond snacks and sodas. Modern operators stock machines with phone chargers, fresh food, personal care products, and over-the-counter medications. Hospitals, gyms, apartment buildings, and offices create consistent, around-the-clock demand with no staff required. A well-placed machine can generate $300 to $1,500 per month, depending on location and product mix. A route of 10 machines can approach a meaningful income stream for a single operator. Startup cost per machine runs $1,500 to $10,000. The model scales without adding complexity. Start with one machine, identify which locations perform, remove the ones that don't, add more. The biggest risk is placement. A machine in a low-traffic location generates almost nothing. Vending machines may be the only retail format where the customer travels to the product, pays full price, receives zero service, and still considers it a convenience. The margin structure is unusually favorable, from machines you manage yourself to one that runs entirely on a subscription model. Number 5, automated car wash. Specifically, the express tunnel model. Cars move through on a conveyor. Equipment does the work. No attendants needed for basic operations. A busy automated car wash can generate $500,000 to over $1 million in annual revenue in strong markets, though results vary by location and volume. New builds typically cost $1 million or more, but existing operations come to market regularly at lower entry points. The monthly unlimited membership transformed this industry. Customers pay $20 to $40 per month for unlimited washes. Prepaying creates a habit, and habits kill cancellations. Some regional operators report monthly churn rates below 5%. The biggest risk is capital. This isn't a starter business. Equipment maintenance is ongoing and significant. The membership model didn't just create recurring revenue. It converted occasional customers into habitual ones. Habit may be the most underrated competitive advantage in any business, from serving cars to profiting from the ground they park on. Number 6, parking lots. In dense urban markets, a surface parking lot can generate $50,000 to $400,000 annually, depending on location, pricing, and demand. Industry figures vary widely. Location is everything. The model is straightforward. Own or lease the land. Charge people to park. No meaningful inventory. No equipment with major maintenance costs. Just land in the right location producing income month after month. Urban land has historically appreciated over time, meaning the asset itself tends to grow alongside the cash flow it produces. The challenge is access. Urban land is expensive, and zoning needs careful research before committing capital. The biggest risk is long-term redevelopment pressure. Cities evolve, and what works today may face different regulations tomorrow. The most interesting parking lot owners aren't in the parking business. They're holding land in a market where land keeps getting more valuable and collecting income while they wait. From land that earns while sitting still to a machine that manufactures its own product with zero staff. Number 7, Ice Vending Machines. Ice vending machines are standalone kiosks that produce and dispense bags of ice 24 hours a day. No employees, no daily involvement required. A single machine in a well-chosen location can generate $2,000 to $5,000 in monthly gross revenue, though net income depends on water, electricity, and placement costs. Startup cost typically runs $50,000 to $100,000 per unit. No expiration dates, no supplier relationships, no inventory to track. The machine connects to a standard water line and produces a sellable product automatically. The biggest risk is placement. Near gas stations, campgrounds, and boat launches, these machines tend to perform consistently. In lower traffic locations, revenue drops significantly. An ice vending machine is a small manufacturing plant. It converts a raw input into a finished consumer product with zero human labor. A model most entrepreneurs never get access to at this scale. From machines that manufacture to a storage category most investors walk past without recognizing its value. Number 8. RV and boat storage. Most RV and boat owners can't keep their vehicle at home. HOA rules, city ordinances, and limited space make it impractical, so they pay someone else every month, often for years without reconsidering. A facility with 100 spaces can generate $60,000 to $200,000 annually, depending on location, configuration, and local demand. Startup costs typically run lower than traditional self-storage, since enclosed construction isn't always necessary. RV ownership in the U.S. has grown steadily over the past decade. More owners means more vehicles that need somewhere to live between trips, and that gap keeps widening. The biggest risk is zoning. Securing the right location and approval takes time and research. RV and boat storage is one of the few real estate categories where aesthetics are irrelevant. A clean gravel lot with good fencing serves the same function as a premium facility. The product is space and security, nothing more. From storing what people own to monetizing something far less tangible but increasingly scarce. Number 9. Mobile billboard advertising, a truck or trailer with a large LED screen or printed panel moving through targeted areas, displaying paid advertising for businesses, events, political campaigns, and product launches. Rates typically range from $500 to $3,000 per day, depending on market, format, and campaign duration. The advantage over static billboards is precision. A mobile billboard goes exactly where the audience is, past a competitor's storefront, around a venue on event day, through a neighborhood during peak hours. The biggest risk is client acquisition. The equipment generates nothing without a consistent pipeline of advertisers. Sales skills and local business relationships are the real foundation here. Mobile billboard operators aren't in the advertising business, they're in the attention business. And in a world of infinite digital content, local physical attention has become genuinely difficult to buy. From selling attention to the most overlooked service business on this entire list. Number 10. Commercial laundry service. Hotels, restaurants, medical facilities, and gyms all need linens, uniforms, and towels cleaned at scale, consistently, every day. And they almost universally prefer to outsource it. Commercial laundry services typically sign multi-year contracts with institutional clients, creating predictable recurring revenue that compounds as the client base grows. Industry estimates suggest a small regional operation can generate $200,000 to $500,000 annually. Larger metro operations scale considerably higher. What makes this business defensible is switching cost. A hotel that depends on daily linen service doesn't change vendors over a minor price difference. The operational disruption simply isn't worth it. This isn't passive. It requires capital for industrial equipment and genuine management, but it's stable, scalable, and almost entirely ignored. The biggest risk is landing the first institutional clients. It takes time and a strong operational track record to earn that trust. There's a meaningful difference between a customer who chooses to come back and one who can't afford to leave. Commercial laundry quietly builds the second kind. Here's what connects all 10 of these businesses. None of them are exciting. None trend on social media. Nobody builds a following around their ATM route or posts about their parking lot. They just run. And that invisibility is exactly what protects them. Exciting industries attract capital. Capital creates competition. Competition compresses margins until most participants lose money. The businesses that survive long-term are almost always the ones nobody thought were worth competing for. Clean clothes, stored belongings, parked cars, ice on a summer afternoon. None of it sounds like a wealth-building strategy. But here's what most people only understand looking backward. Wealth rarely looks impressive while it's being built. It looks like a laundromat in a strip mall, a gravel lot outside the city, a vending route nobody wants to hear about at dinner. The people who built something real didn't wait for a glamorous idea. They owned something boring, protected it, operated it consistently, and let time do the rest. That's not inspiration. That's just how it actually works. If this opened your eyes, drop a like and subscribe. We cover real wealth-building ideas like this every week. Tell me in the comments, which of these 10 businesses would you actually start? See you in the next one.